As the U.S.-Kenya relations enter a new phase in the wake of Donald Trump's re-election, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken dialed into a pressing issue during a phone call with President William Ruto. The call's agenda included the rise of abductions and violence by security forces in Kenya. While the call covered broader topics of international peace and cooperation, it was Blinken's direct mention of these incidents that signaled Washington's deepening scrutiny of Kenya's internal matters. The American government has increasingly highlighted its commitment to human rights globally, making Kenya's response to security force actions a matter of priority. During the media's protests from June to August, several cases emerged alleging forced disappearances of protesters, journalists and activists, raising alarms both domestically and internationally. Secretary Blinken emphasized that justice and accountability for these actions are crucial to preserving Kenya's democratic integrity. The two leaders also discussed the importance of continued U.S. engagement with Kenyan youth and civil society groups to ensure inclusive dialogue and transparency. The call was not limited to Kenya's domestic challenges. Blinken also took the opportunity to thank President William Ruto for Kenya's leadership in the multinational security support mission in Haiti, where Kenyan forces are spearheading efforts to bring stability. Ruto called on the mission to be directed to be a UN peace mission. The change in regime kilometers away in Washington, D.C., now throwing the agreement into disarray. The two leaders also touched on peace initiatives in Sudan and South Sudan, where Kenya's role has become pivotal in creating humanitarian pathways and supporting a return to civilian governance. President William Ruto was this week in South Sudan, where he held talks with President Salva Kiir regarding the peace process. The U.S. ambassador to Kenya, Meg Whitman, has also affirmed that Kenya-U.S. relationship will remain strong and continue to grow as the United States prepares for a new administration, following Donald Trump's victory in the November 5th presidential election. Whitman expressed her commitment to advancing the shared goals of prosperity, security, and democratic values between the two nations. Whitman wrote, and I quote, "Like all U.S. ambassadors, I serve at the request of the president. The American people have spoken and a new president will be inaugurated in January. Meanwhile, my team and I continue to work on advancing our nation's shared goals of increased prosperity, security, and respect for democratic values." Whitman, reflecting on 6 decades of strong Kenya-U.S. ties, noted the bipartisan support the relationship has enjoyed in both Washington and Nairobi, expressing confidence that the partnership will remain robust under the incoming administration. Brian Amoai, K24.